Hello everybody, this is immigration attorney Irene Weisman. Today is Friday, November 21st, 2025. I know it's been a really long time. I apologize. There have been many reasons for my absence, personal and work related. So obviously there is a lot that has been going on in the last month and a half, I think, that I haven't been doing this, doing the videos. So I don't want to do like a big comprehensive overview, so maybe I'll just do like a series of shorter videos. But today I want to talk to you about something that has been going on recently, not a good thing that's been going on. It's asylum pretermissions, okay? What are asylum pretermissions? There have been a series of recent BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals, court cases that give the immigration judges a much broader power to pretermit your application for asylum before you even got to the individual hearing. So what has been happening is at the first master calendar hearing, maybe it's like a subsequent master calendar hearing, maybe you had one a long time ago and it was, scheduled just to go on, you think it was scheduled to get a date, but all of a sudden you get a pretermission. And sometimes it has been happening on paper with certain judges, with certain courts, when the case has been taken off calendar. So what does it mean, pretermission? So what it means is that your case is terminated and you get an order of removal before you had a final hearing on the merits to hear your claim. Okay, what are the reasons for the pretermission? So there have been a few, given the recent case law. One, the very common one, is incompletion. Your asylum application was incomplete. Okay, so when you submitted that application, maybe it was 9 years ago, maybe it was 2 years ago, I don't know. It was incomplete. What do they mean? So if you think of asylum applications, sort of broken into two parts. One is, well, three parts. One is the biographical section, which is like the first 5 pages of the application. Then the claim, why you're seeking asylum, and then you have like appendices where it's like extra space where you get to provide more information. So that second part where, about the claim of your case, I personally never did it, but I certainly know a lot of attorneys and definitely a lot of people, a lot of notarios, a lot of paralegals who helped people submit their applications with write C statement or C attached, okay? And sometimes a statement was attached and sometimes it wasn't attached. And that's no good, okay? Incomplete, bad, okay? There is a question in that section about your claim about, after you left your country, did you travel through any other countries before you came to the United States? And then it asks you a series. If yes, then it asks you a series of questions: which countries, your length of stay, did you have any lawful status there, did you apply for any lawful status there, did you seek asylum, why or why not, okay? So if you just list the countries, that's no longer good. You literally have to go and answer each and every part of that subset of questions, okay? It has to have detail now, a lot of detail. Just like the eligibility claim questions, you really need to provide details, okay? Do you fear, have you ever suffered harm or threats in your home country? If yes, then you have to provide, who threatened you, what happened, why do you think it happened. Basically it's like that subset of questions has to be answered in a lot of detail, okay? And if you don't have enough space other than that little box, then you have to go on that back page, and I believe it's page 12, into that supplement, and provide you detailed answers. And if you don't have enough space, then you're going to go to another sub B. Sometimes you can have 5 different sub B's, right? Because you don't have enough space to answer all this stuff, just because it needs to have a lot of details, okay? Now, and so that has been one of the biggest reasons why the asylum application has been pre-terminated. Another one has been the the third country agreements. So the United States has signed treaties or agreements. I don't think it's treaties, it's agreements with certain third countries that that will accept people, and if you travel through any one of those countries, then you have to provide a reason why you didn't seek asylum there, and a lot of cases have been pre-terminated for that reason. And then another one is if the persecution happened at the hands of private actors but not the government, then they have been pre-terminating for that. So there are some judges that are just simply ruthless. I had a hearing on Monday with one of those judges, and honestly, I didn't think we would make it. I did everything I could to prevent the pre-termination from happening. I knew that this particular judge was doing this, and I wasn't the attorney who submitted the initial 589. I took this case over. I did an addendum to that initial 589, basically in very detailed, answering all those questions. We attached a detailed statement. We provided documents. We had, we survived on Monday. I don't think I've been doing this for 21 years. I had a sigh of relief in reality after master calendar hearing. It's a very uneasy feeling to feel this way, just after a master calendar hearing. And master calendar hearings are supposed to be routine hearings that are supposed to take care of all the issues and give you a date for the final hearing. My client is not out of the woods yet. We are given 30 days to submit a brief for eligibility, and she was given the same spiel to everybody basically. So we'll see what happens. I think that she can still pre-termit after the 30 days. This is also not an electronic file. This is an old case. It's on paper. So even if I submit, there is a possibility that she may say, I never received it. Of course, I'll have proof that I hand delivered it with a stamp and everything. But, to just give you a sense of what's happening. And also, I'm going to go back a little bit to the, to the completeness of the application. You're also supposed to provide identity documents. Passport cover to cover. When I mean cover to cover, like that outside cover that says passport, you're supposed to provide that too. And each and every page of your passport, even if that page is blank, you're still supposed to provide a copy. So each and every page of your passport, birth certificate with certified translation, divorce decrees, marriage certificates, if not in English, with certified translations, and obviously all documents to support your claim. Certified translations, make sure they're done properly. What's a certified translation? There are guidelines. The Immigration Court Practice Manual has samples, but name of the person, their address, contact information, name of the document they are translating, the fact, it should state that they are from what language to what language they are translating. They should state that they are proficient in those both languages. Needs to have a signature, and usually there is a notary stamp. Okay, so very strict right now, and what I'm seeing a lot is if the passport is not in English, they're asking for certified translation of the passport, and that can get really expensive for people. It's nuts. It's a crazy requirement, but I am seeing that, and I have seen, I have seen my own cases being rescheduled for that, or DHS or judges questioning about it. So this is a new trend. Definitely has been happening. If you are not represented by an attorney, okay, this is the time to run to a competent immigration attorney and see how they can fix your case, okay? Because the pretermissions are happening. It's not a joke. It's it's your lives. Basically, it's very serious, and your case can be done without even. You can have like the most amazing, strongest case, but unfortunately, it can finish up very quickly if you have one of those judges who has been denying and pretermitting based on those reasons. Okay. So hopefully this provided you with a little bit of guidance. I will try and see you soon. It's been very busy, okay, but I'll try to see you soon, okay? Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.